There once was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Belly of Tea. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down, oh blow me bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side, harpooned and fought her when she dived down low.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, and welcome everyone to the much anticipated, long overdue Skull and Shackles session 4. The Wormwood Mutiny is chapter 1 of this delightful adventure, and things have been going pretty well for the crew, all things considered. We've got the majority of the Wormwood's crew on their side, at least maybe fully converted, I would say. I mean, what's the crew think? What's the pirate crew think? Are we thinking they're like totally on your side? You think they're just giving you the what for? What are we thinking?
90%.
I like that. That's a strong one. That's good.
Yeah, I think they're with us so
unhelpful.
long as it's not.
There is a big list of helpful people.
That's true. That is true. That's true.
They're
Blah,
all
thank you
our
so much for the
bitches.
sub, by the way. So much. Harlan, you just asked me a question, Atomic, right before we got started. What was the second edition? What?
I was at because you were gonna play a second edition Pathfinder game, and I was asking
I
before
did.
the show
I
started
did play
how
it. I
how
did
how it was
play
going.
I hated it. If I'm going to be
You hated
honest, it wasn't my thing. I gotta be real with the second edition. It's a system and a setting that I already know really well.
Mhm.
And it just felt like relearning. It's like, why would I go back to driver's school? I already know how to drive. You know what
I've
I
been
mean?
listening. I've been listening to one that's in a for those who listen, the Rot Grind setting, which is made by Zoran the Bear, who is one of the guys in Text to Speech Device. If the Emperor had Text to Speech Device, and they made their own like Dark Souls inspired setting. It's been going pretty good, and it sounds pretty good. So like, I think doing an existing Golarion, I would feel weird, but in a homebrew setting, I think it might be okay.
It felt like what 4th edition was to 3.5. Like it's a combat game less than a role playing game.
Funny enough, second edition pulls from 4th edition, and then the D&D next is actually pulling from Pathfinder second edition. So it's kind of funny how that's worked out.
Yeah,
going
see,
back.
that's why I didn't
they're all
like
pulling
it.
from
I
each
can
other.
feel like I don't like this anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, as is tradition, we're just gonna go around the table. We're gonna have everyone introduce themselves, tell us who they're playing, and then we're gonna have an absolute delightful recap from none other than Zeb. He's gonna recap what happened during the last session. It's been like 3 weeks, so he can make shit up if he wants to. He could, quickly look at his notes. I don't know if he keeps them, but we'll figure it out. Zeb, you've got about 30 seconds before you have to give that recap. So we're going to go Atomic, Blau, Zeb, Patrick. Atomic, take it away.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Atomic. I've been here doing nothing. Just been sick over the New Year's and Christmas, which is, whatever is what it is. What can you do? But everything's pretty good. Been looking back to get back into some role playing games. Everyone, it's been on break for the holidays. Playing Harlan Blackmane, as you all know, your favorite shocking spicy tiefling druid. And yeah, it's been pretty all right. I've been looking back to getting to it. New Year's, let's go, boys.
Hell
It's
yeah.
time to party.
Hell yeah, Blowski.
I'm Joe. I'm playing Caius the Kinless, the Asmodean anti-paladin. I'll also stall a little bit here more for Zeb. That 30 seconds is going up slightly still.
35 seconds. Look at how shiny my head is. My name is Blau. Shiny head Blau.
That's what they call me.
God. Wow.
Zeb.
Oh, hi. I'm Zeb. I didn't see you there. Oh man. I'm just excited to be playing with some of these great guys. I will be playing Edward Tarbos, our human fighter.
And I'm Patrick. I'm playing Wakir, twice drowned, and he's also a human. He's Olfin, and he's ready to parlay.
And of course, my name is Dear Wolf. I am playing the Game Master. I guess I'm also a furry, apparently. We discussed that earlier, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Not really. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll try anything 8 times. But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to pivot on over to none other than Zeb, who is playing Edward, for a delightful recap of the events of last session. So fill us in, Zeb. What happened? Where do we find ourselves in this very moment? What led up to this moment?
One more pause here before
Yeah.
Zeb gets going.
Yeah.
My hit points aren't linked to my token.
Did you break
Yeah,
it again?
me neither.
Yes, I broke it again. Yeah, I
Okay.
have the right to do that.
All right, cool. All right, I'm
Yeah,
fixing
neither
it.
were mine.
Fixing it. Hold on. And all right, yours are fixed. Done. What about you? Are you not linked to yours? Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. Boop. And
Yeah, no, still not linked.
boop. Okay. Yeah, it is. 100%.
Okay, drag me a new token and see how many hit points I don't have.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I didn't update that token yet. God, you guys are so needy. Hey, let's play this game. It's gonna be super fun. The token isn't linked. My name's Blow. My head's shiny. Look, don't say sperm. Me. All right. Where are we at? And then so what else we got here? Let me go over to Hawk here.
Ooh.
Here we go. Atomic. Thank you so much, Atomic. I appreciate you. Very kind. Right.
Mine's not run out yet. So.
I know. Okay, so you select a token.
Just subscribe again.
Look, I gifted a sub to somebody. Merry fucking Christmas.
Wow. Thank you, dude. That's really nice. Finance
What a guy.
Potato. What a guy.
Finance
Okay.
potato.
He's a good dude. I
He
like
is.
finance. All right.
I mean, he has his flaws. He likes 2E, but
He does. He does like 2E.
he does.
Blau
Look,
was
no
in
one's
that
per-
2E
no one's
game.
perfect.
He
No
was
one's
in that
perfect. No
2E
one's
game,
perfect.
and it was.
I
killed
was
everyone.
brutal.
We got like an hour and a half into it. And I was like, I hate this, and I just murdered everyone. I was like, well,
Hey,
that's 2E.
look.
Welcome.
That sounds a lot like our Starship Troopers game. It's fine.
That was a blast. I had an absolute riot. That was
You're
so
supposed-
much fun.
In Starship Troopers, you're supposed to die. I mean, come
I
on.
mean, pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, no. That's why I said it was a FedCom victory at the end of the day. Like, I mean, look, we sacrificed like 4 dudes and we killed like 5,700 bugs. FedCom victory.
Fedcom victory. That's a win. That's totally a win. That's acceptable losses. Yes. But
Mhm.
without further ado, Zeb, you've had like 2 minutes. This better be
Yeah.
the best damn recap of all time. So
Right.
take it away, gentlemen. Take it away, gentle sir.
So we were in Belhaven. No, that was a different. We woke up.
Yeah.
We did some stuff.
Okay.
I yelled at a kid.
Right.
We made some friends.
Okay.
The kid tried to kill Blau, which he could have
Survival
got
of the
away
fittest,
with.
as you told him.
He could have got away with that. We could have lost some dead weight there. He got the absolute piss zapped out of him.
Yes.
We made some more friends. I got hit with a barrel by a crazy man. And then broke the crazy man's jaw. I got paid. We did some more stuff. We made some more friends. Harlan pissed some people off. I had to fix it. He pissed some more people off. I had to fix that. We made some more friends, and then some more friends.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm going on a limb here, and I'm going to say I think we made some more friends.
did we
Yeah.
see a boat or were we on a boat or something?
Yes, you're on a boat. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
You got press
Yeah.
ganged.
Yeah.
yeah. We
Okay.
get Chris
Well, you
Gang,
said
and
last session.
we have now spotted, I believe, our
Yeah.
first prey.
Yes.
Yeah.
oh,
So-
there's
somebody-
2 boats now.
Just
Yeah,
one.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, there's 2
somebody-
boats.
Well,
Somebody
one boat
call
that
it
you're
a
on, and
Gozran.
then another boat that you're going to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, it's our future boat. You got to be positive about these sort of things.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
It's not their
Yeah.
boat. It's our boat.
It's our future boat. They're just holding on to it for us.
Yar
Yeah.
boat.
Das boat.
Das Boot.
I like it.
But yeah.
So we
that got about
find
solved
ourselves.
up.
We find ourselves. Yeah, honestly, you know what, Zeb, that was fantastic. You may have a hero point for that delightful recap. Well done, sir. You may have an extra hero point for that. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need it. So when we last left off, our intrepid pirates, our promiscuous pirates. That's what I'm gonna go with. Promiscuous pirates. We were aboard the Wormwood, and the person in the crow's nest had screamed out, ship on the horizon, sails on the horizon. And the entire ship is abuzz with, we finally found our first vessel. Finally, we're going to do some real pirating. And Master Plug and Mr. Scourge had started to really whip everyone into a frenzy. Over the last several days, all of you have been undergoing boarding action training. You've been practicing throwing grappling hooks. You've been practicing, walking thin planks from one side of the ship to the other. And overall, just getting ready to fight this vessel and hopefully take it as a prize. So we're going to open our first scene, actually, aboard the Wormwood, with this ship just about 200 to 300 feet. You are quickly gaining gaining on her. This vessel that you are approaching is significantly larger and moving quite a bit slower than the small and nimble Wormwood. Even the captain is on deck right now, Barnabas Harrigan. He is decked out, no pun intended, to the nines with weapons. He actually has a couple of what looks to be firearms in his bandolier as well, and he begins to shout orders to everyone. Man your stations! Prepare to board her! We'll take her as a prize! And he starts yelling at everyone to do that, and the crew is quickly moving around. But you hear the captain actually address your small band, your small group. You've been given a very specific job. The ship's wheel is to the aft deck, just below the stern castle. You're going to grapple over, kill the guards on the stern castle, take the wheel and guard the ship's boats. Kill anyone who tries to get away from the boats. Don't move from the wheel until the fighting's done, or you'll have me to answer to. Oh yeah, and as we get close, it's going to get foggy. Just stick to what I told you to do. Is that understood?
Caius nods.
Hi, Captain.
Aye.
Oh, they done fuck. You done fucked up.
We watch as the ship gets closer, 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 and then suddenly you hear this chanting from the crow's nest, and you see that woman who is oftentimes up there, Peppery Longfarthing. She begins to wring her hands around, make these weird motions with her hand, and you see this fog start to rise up, like this creeping kind of mist rise up off the water and start to encompass the other vessel to create this kind of cover, as it were. But we are going to open our first scene aboard the Wormwood, as the Wormwood comes right up next to this new vessel known, and you see the name of the vessel is the Man's Promise. First thing I'm going to have everyone do is actually roll initiative. We're going to dive right into a bit of combat.
Not good.
All right, so your specific job, gentlemen, is to actually get across to the other vessel on the stern castle, which is the aftmost, the rearmost part of the vessel, which is what you should see your characters right across from. Now, there's a couple of options on how you can actually get across there. You can move towards the middle of the ship, the beam of the ship, as it were. You can move towards the middle and then jump straight across, as the ship has really come right up next to it. They've actually kind of bumped into each other, the whole vessel. You heard the wood groaning, creaking, and moving back and forth, and both vessels kind of, it's not slammed, but slid into one another. You hear the sound of your fellow pirates throwing grappling hooks. You can hear the sounds of these merchants screaming, "Prepare yourselves, defend the ship! Ah, no pirate left alive! Ah, raise our swords, get everything ready!" And there's just panic and chaos right now. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna start with Harlan Blackmane. What would you like to do first?
Harlan has an idea. And the first thing he wants to do is do a quick ocular pat down and see if they have any sort of lantern or any type of lit flame on the
That's a perception check. Let's see if you can see it. You are going to have a minus because there's a lot of mist. There's a fog cloud that's been activated, but maybe you can see a slight glow through the mist. See what happens.
Perception 13.
In the chaos of this boarding action, everyone's screaming and shouting. You can hear swords clashing against one another already. You've literally just saddled up next to the ship, but pirates were swinging across on ropes. They were jumping over. They were grappling, hooking over. They were putting planks across and running over. And you can hear just sounds of combat, again, clashing of swords, You can hear flesh being torn. You can hear people screaming in pain, but you don't see any glowing red lights, unfortunately.
See glowing red lights. Okay. Of the people on deck, who do I see?
You
Within
see
eyesight.
2 would appear to be merchant soldiers just across the way. You can just barely make out another one over there, and you see one that appears to be giving orders, some sort of officer. She's a woman. You can just kind of make out her just a little bit. It's very foggy, like I said. But you can make it out. She's wielding this large pike, and she's shouting orders. You watch her stab someone in the chest. You're not sure who it was, but yeah, that's what you see.
I imagine Harlan's not exactly on the. He's not high up in the rigging, but he's slightly above. Just the base deck, and he sees this woman barking out orders, and he is going to attempt to zippity zap this lady because she clearly seems to be the one in charge.
I like it.
So he's going to cast a lightning arc, and the lightning kind of the electricity kind of arcs up his horns, kind of a Jacob's ladder sort of thing, and then he kind of does the pick of destiny, devil's horns, fires lightning at this woman in an attempt to try and knock her out, maybe knock out some command and control kind of thing. Why did that not do damage? Well, I guess it's ranged attack. Right?
I think it's you didn't slash R your macro. It looks like it's.
You didn't put the brackets around it.
We put the brackets.
I just
Yeah.
used I just used the one from the spell page.
Yeah, you have to put double brackets, I think. Let me look.
Okay. Let's see what's range spell attack. It's my. I'll just do what is it? My dex or my d20 plus my wisdom.
It also needs damage though too.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't actually roll this time because I've used this macro before.
That is strange to use it before.
Yeah. Let me try adding it to attacks and then redoing it. Okay, let's try that again. 13, but it's against touch.
You watch, lances out, travels towards her. It strikes her, dealing a whopping 1d6.
Roll
Plus
one.
damage. Yeah, okay.
D6 plus 1.
So 5 damage.
You watch
5
the
whole
lightning
damage.
arcs towards her, striking her in the shoulder. She cries out, recoiling back from it. You see this kind of static shocks, these little arcs of lightning travel up the sword. Her hands seem to clench as the muscles all tighten from the electric shock, and she turns over looking, "Magic user! On the other vessel! Focus on him!"
And that will be my turn.
Right. Officer moves in and begins to engage with, I need someone to roll me. Need someone to roll me a d20, please.
Gotcha, bitch.
We all rolled at the same time.
I was
Gotta be,
first.
gotta be quicker than that.
I was first, bitch.
No,
Alright.
not mine.
You watch as she engages with Arietta Banson. Arietta Bansing. The two of them engage in close quarters combat. Let's see what happens. There's a 14, which is actually, because she is flat-footed, that is actually, let's see what her initiative was. Was it 8? Yes. So unfortunately, that is a hit for her. Arietta is going to take 8 points of damage. She's not looking too good. You watch as the officer steps back, brings this pike down, and stabs Arietta in the stomach. She groans, screaming out, "Ah!" and seems to kind of double over a little bit, but then rises to her feet, cutlass drawn. "I'll kill you, you bitch!" She screams at the officer. The officer then begins to chant. They are orders, but they also sound like they might carry some additional power with them. Anybody that has spellcraft or perform, you could make a perform check if you'd like. Seems as she is
Yeah.
bolstering her allies. Okay,
Spellcraft.
Harlan,
Spellcraft.
you recognize
But I have
a
bolster.
kind of bardic performance, it seems like, but it's different. It might be more of kind of a skald-like performance is what you're getting. Yeah, she's bolstering the strength of her allies. Yep, you would recognize that as well. She's casting music magic, is what it is. Music magic, Hakir.
Yes.
All right, Edward,
Okay.
you're up next.
I would like to get. Okay, so if I try to get like onto this boat here,
I need you to give me a acrobatics check or
Okay.
profession sailor. Whatever is better.
let me see. That would be under skills. I believe.
I think we're all proficient in professional sailor. Am I
Should
wrong?
be.
Right.
I think he has acrobatics and dex though too.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
I will say this: the profession sailor is a higher DC. The acrobatics is a lower DC. It's your call.
Mm.
We'll go with the sailor.
I like it.
Wherever
Freedman.
that is. Profession sailor.
Freedman.
Oof.
Oof.
We watch as Edward runs and goes to make this kind of leap from one vessel to the other. Edward, you get your foot up on the railing and go to propel yourself, but then the two ships seem to kind of lurch, and you lose your footing and start to tumble over towards the water. Give me a reflex save to catch the railing.
Reflex save.
This is where it all goes downhill, everybody.
I was gonna say you do have at least one hero point. You did get the free hero point.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Re-roll that
actually.
shit? All right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
hell yeah.
We
I'm
want
not
it to look
gonna-
like you're going to slip, but then the fates reach in and go, maybe not.
You just hear a cosmic dice roll in the background.
Then he slips harder.
Oh,
Hey, there you go.
We watch as he slips, but he leans into it, diving forward, doing a roll, and then coming up on his feet right in that location.
Oh. And
That's a good
can I
save.
yeah. Can I? Am I still getting to bap this man? I
Oh,
I can only do
absolutely.
it
100%.
once, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
so then
scum! I'll kill you! I'll kill all of you!
Edward would just roll up, look at him, and just go, "Martin!"
Martin!
Stab. Couple of
I love it.
singles. So that
I
would
love
be,
it.
6.
Ooh, that's a solid blow for 6 damage. Not too shabby. You bring your cutlass down, slashing into the man's chest. It cuts it open. It doesn't actually go through. You can't see any bone, but he begins to bleed and he recoils back, bringing his own weapon up to try and defend himself. But seems a little taken aback from that one. Does seem a little taken aback. The sailor here is engaged with Edward. He's going to bring his own short sword up and attempt to stab Edward in the gut. We'll see what happens.
Short sword.
14 is a miss. He swings wildly, just stabbing left, right, left. Edward, you have your 2 cutlasses out. Ting, ting, ting. You're like this wall of steel. You're just blocking all of the stabs he tries to do. Arietta is going to step forward, clutching her gut, which is bleeding, and attempt to slash at this commander, as it were. 20.
That Nito sword.
20 is a hit. 20 is a hit. Right. 7 points of damage. The officer recoils back as she brings the blade down. I'll show you what real swordplay is like. She screams at her. This Rahani soldier over here has a heavy crossbow. Takes that heavy crossbow and takes aim at Edward. He's going to take a quick little pot shot here. Let's see what happens. 19 is a hit, as he has precise shot, unfortunately.
12 damage. Or 10 damage, yeah.
4 points of damage as a large bolt strikes you in the thigh. It's very akin to Ace Ventura when nature calls. It's like, I'm going to get another one in there soon. So it's going to happen. Just wait for it. All right, this sailor back here is shouting as well. And you watch as I need someone else to roll me a d20, please. If we roll a 14, I'll have you re-roll. 7. All right, we see Slippery Sly Lone Gang slide up with 2 daggers and start to engage with this officer. Not this officer, but this merchant guard, as it were. She's got that. All right, the guard is going to take his short sword and try to stab her. That is a possible crit. Uh-oh. 8 does not confirm. Thank God. 8 does not confirm. We watched
8 confirmed. I would have jumped off this boat. I would have not fought that man.
6. You watch as Peppery gets stabbed in the upper shoulder. Just this kind of, he's like dodging back and forth. She's got her 2 daggers out. She's trying to get ready to catch the blade, but the man goes low, feints, brings it up, and stabs her in the shoulder. And she doesn't cry out in pain, though. She just takes it, stares at him, and actually starts to kind of lean into it, as though she's trying to, she's actually taking advantage of him leaving himself open with this attack. Alkir, you're up next.
Okay, Wakir begins to clears his voice, and he starts very loudly projecting the story of the Sparrow. And the Sparrow, the piratey, who would kill every last sailor upon every boat he captured with no quarter. And he is doing a sermonic performance, so everybody within, that can hear me, I'm going to guess everybody,
Yeah.
is going to get Inspire Courage.
Love that. Love that. Love that. +1 to attack and damage. That is fantastic. Absolutely.
1 to attack, +1 to damage right now.
Beautiful.
And you'll get a +1 on saving throws against Charm and Fear, if that comes into play.
Love it. All right, this sailor here, I'm going to have someone else roll me a d20, please. 18. All right.
Come on, heavy hitter.
Oh boy. Old Tam Narwhal Tate.
Yeah!
With his big old helmet. You see this dwarf, like, carrying a helmet in his hand, take the helmet, and bash a guy in the face with it. He just throws himself, and you hear a guy go, "Ah!" And you just see this dwarf barrel forward. I'm actually going to give him a charge attack on this. Let's see what he can do. That is a 9. So you watch as he goes to bash a guy in the head, but the sailor's like, "Ah!" and dodges to the side. Unfortunately, it doesn't work, but then he quickly puts his helmet on and draws his big axe, his Dwarven war axe that he has. All right, we get this guy in the initiative. Perfect. All right, this sailor is going to try to stab him, which is unfortunate. There's a 13, which because he charged is actually a hit, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is a hit because he is a shirtless man.
Goober.
He's a shirtless man. So he takes 4 damage. Bah! You regret that, you piece of garbage! And we go over to Caius. Caius, it's your go.
Caius is going to move to there. I don't. Do I need to roll anything to step across?
No. You're just going to kind of like move across gingerly.
Okay.
That's fine.
And he's going to smite good on the officer.
I love it.
Does it have effect, is the question.
So, here's the thing. It doesn't. Lawful neutral, baby.
That's fine.
That's alright. I like where your mind was at.
Most pirates are not.
Alright, we are on
ladies.
turn number
Well, they were a merchant. I was hoping they were good.
2. Alright, back to the top of the round. With Harp.
Didn't get to attack.
Let's just see. This leader looks to be kind of surrounded, which is pretty good. Well, I guess that would be the leader. Let's see. What do we want to do here, boys?
Coming up from below deck, you see an additional merchant guard appears on deck. We'll get into the initiative here real quick.
Let's see. What can we do? I don't know. Firing off another lightning arc seems to be a pretty good idea.
Do it.
Do it. Come on, do it. All right.
Do it now.
Do it now.
Give me, I'm right here, come on!
Come on, do it. Come on, hit me.
Arrgh, I'm a pirate, come on, do it!
I do have to.
That's why the captains don't even anyone to talk to him, is because he sounds like that.
We have
I
fun.
mean, everyone's.
Bye.
It's fine. It's
We have
fine.
fun.
Look, it's
We have fun.
we have fun here. It's just
Come
my
on, Harlan.
standard action. I do have to scooch a little to the left to do that.
Left to
Which
the
is
left.
fine. If I could do should be able to 5-foot step, And yeah, should be in range.
Come
All
on.
right.
Zap your round 2 electric boogaloo.
Zippity zappity, get the fuck backity, let's go. I don't, okay, I don't know what, still doing, oh, it's, okay, hold up. It's, attack page, why you do this, alright, let's try this again. Alright.
Jesus Christ.
Hey!
Oof. You know what,
I'm lightning arcs out.
Let's just say I'm gonna reroll that attack.
You spend a hero point.
Yeah, because that's not a great attack. 16 versus
16 is a hit on who?
The Le Capitan, or the leader.
You watch as it strikes her in the chest. You see it kind of travel arcing up her chain shirt that she's wearing. She shakes, visibly shakes, but maintains the grip on her pike. Grits her teeth. The fucking wizard on the other ship, you bastards! She points directly at Arlen Blackmane.
Oh no. Alright, that'll be my turn.
Alright, beautiful. Officer is going to step back up this little stairwell. You see her reach kind of down as though she's like grabbing something, and you see her pull up a potion, knock it back. She's going to heal for some HP. Oh, that was a good roll.
It's a hell of a potion. I would like that potion. I want to know where she gets them because those are fantastic.
When we're done, we cut her open and take what's in her stomach.
Back.
Just get all of it.
Slippery is going to get all slippery on this guy that she's fighting. Oh! Doesn't confirm.
Oh.
2 attacks. That's actually 2 hits for 12 damage. He starts to... So he's got his sword in her shoulder. She doesn't pull back. She leans into it as he pulls back, takes her daggers and just stabs him in the gut, and you watch her drag it up. And you can see like his inside starting to pull out, and he just screams in pain and is just barely hanging on, and she's just grinning as she does this.
Oh,
All right,
I love
this
her.
sailor is going to take the sword back as he's still got daggers in his gut and is just flailing with it, trying to stab her as she's just right up next to him, and you see it like she's trying to bite him. Like she's going for the jugular. She's just crazy. But he's going to get a chance to attack back. Oh boy, this could be bad.
There's so many crits.
Has he gotten a 20 again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't confirm
Oh.
though, which is good.
Yeah.
Did not confirm, but that is a d6 plus 2. We'll see what happens. Okay. 7 points of damage. You watch as she is leaning in, stabbing into him. You see her open her mouth as though she is a vampire. Caius, you feel this kind of kinship to her in this moment. She goes to do it, and he takes the blade and stabs it down. Like, he flips it around and stabs it into her shoulder, driving it down in, and you see her just kind of go limp and fall to the deck. So she is currently, it looks like she's unconscious and bleeding out, unfortunately.
All right.
Edward Tobias, you're next.
So I'm going to slashy slash the man in front of me. Let me make sure I got the right attack. All right, so that's 2. Schwangin'.
21 is for 10. You bring the blade down, cutting into his skull, breaking the bone. You see brain matter start to ooze out, and the man collapses to the deck, dead.
He then will look over at Harlan and just go, "That's 1."
That's what?
Harlan just gives him like, Harlan's like, you know, just like, just gives him the doom thumbs up.
Love it. Love it. All right.
Just trying to make a game of it.
Do you want a 5-foot step or anything, Edward?
Um,
You're going to keep maintain your position kind of like on this little life raft boat thing.
I will take a 5-foot step to here to
like it.
prep for that man and
hostile.
cover Kai's.
Love it. Speaking of that man is going to charge you. Actually, you know what? He's not going to charge you. He's going to have his heavy crossbow out. He looks at you, and he's going to take a little pot shot at you. 14 is a miss.
Yeah.
He drops it and draws his short sword. All right, Arietta is going to take a 5-foot step forward. Is going to go for this gal with her cutlass. 19 is a hit. Let's go, Arietta. She is feeling it. 4 damage, not too much. Kind of slashes into him. Tom
damage is
Narwhal
free
Tate
damage.
is going to 5 foot over to here, double hands his Dwarven War Axe, and brings it down, screaming. 19 damage. Let's fucking go. Oh! You watch as Nate, he puts his helmet on, sidesteps. The guy stabs him, right? He sidesteps, jumps, headbutts him. As the guy is reeling back, he double hands his axe, like, throws it into his chest, connects with the guy as he's tumbling back. Then Nate just throws his arms wide and goes, yeah!
Fucking madman.
Runs over. You hear this sickening kind of noise as he pulls it out and goes, where's the next one?
Somewhere unknown, you all feel that a man named Calgadir gives his approval.
I love that. All right. Next up,
familiar.
we've got this sailor who is going to drop his heavy crossbow, draws his short sword, and is actually going to make a move action over to here to engage and help defend his officer. All right, here we go. Ooh, that is a 23 hit.
she did.
Old Arietta. It's 1d6 plus 2. That is only 3 points of damage. She's still conscious. She's not looking great. Akir, you're up next.
All right. Well, Kier has this thing where his sermon keeps going even if he stops talking
Love it.
for two rounds.
Ooh.
So we'll take advantage of that.
Okay. I like
And
it.
he's going to pull out his holy symbol of, is it Bishaba? I can't remember.
Besmar.
Besmara. Pull out his holy
Worst
symbol of
Besmara
Besmara.
ever.
I know.
Who is this, Carl?
And
I know, some pirate bitch.
he's going to, everybody's within range.
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to cast Besmarik's curse upon you. And he casts Bane.
Ooh, will saves.
Will saves on everybody. And they
You
have
know what
to
their
be
best
14.
save is? It's not will. I'll tell you that much.
So
What?
14.
Their best save's not will?
No,
I'm shocked
not.
and surprised.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
It's
appalled.
weird.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It might be 15 just because I have +1 to the
He's good.
difficulty classes for enchantment.
Well, we did level up too, so
Ooh,
So it's 15.
these guys are having a rough time. That's going to undo the bonus she's giving them. That is fantastic.
Ooh.
All right,
Nice.
not bad, dude. Not
Very
fucking
nice.
bad. From behind Harlan, you hear the crack of a whip. What are you dogs still doing on the ship? Get across there and take the stern quarter, you bastards! Mr. Plug yells at you, giving you orders, cracking his whip.
do you not see me shooting lightning across?
He just cracks his whip, yelling at you in whip. He yells at you in whip.
Yells at me in whip. I'm sorry, I'm not. I took linguistics, but I'm not proficient in whip.
Yo,
So
roll me a linguistics check. All right, let's roll me a quick linguistics. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The whip says he wants you to go.
Yeah,
It says he wants you to
do
go.
the thing. It was a
I think
DC
I
one.
think whip. I think whip is a universal language, much like common. I think you just all
yeah,
know.
Everyone understands it. That's for sure.
Everybody
All right, but
understands
Hakir, you still have a move action. Would you like to move from your position or maintain?
Oh, I'd love to turn around and cast command on this guy to fuck off, but I can't do that. But
I love it. I love it.
I will step down at the bottom of the stairs.
Love it.
So you have 2 more rounds of Inspire Courage.
Caius,
Two more. Okay.
Caius,
okay.
you're a person that exists.
Yeah, Caius is gonna trudge up the stairs, kind of eyeballing these guys up here, and bend over and touch of corruption still on the ground.
Ooh.
I don't have a macro set up for it yet, but that's fine. It's just 1d6.
What does touch
One.
of corruption do?
That is the anti-paladin negative energy. So she heals for 6.
Wait, wouldn't that kill
If
her?
she's a damn peer, she heals from negative energy. That's why I have touch of corruption as a Dampier.
You sly bald bastard.
You watch as she regains consciousness, and you can see the little fangs, and you see her kind of like lick her lips, look up at you, and it might be gratitude. It also might be contempt. You're not sure. It's weird. They kind of look the same for her. But she is quickly grabs both her daggers that are at her side. We're now at turn 3. We're now at turn 3. And my friend, we see 4 additional guards appear on deck. We see 4 additional guards appear on deck. I'm going to go ahead and get them onto the layer for you guys. They're moving in. A couple of them are moving towards Tate because they saw him, like, kill a man. But
Would you obliterate a guy?
where you're at, you watch as very near to you, you see kind of moving through this mist. And again, imagine, if you will, that there's this kind of heavy fog. You're fighting in this misty cloud. You're like slashing. You don't know if it's friend or foe some of the time, but it's complete chaos. The entire deck is just covered in blood and just people screaming and crying, and both battle cries, death cries, victory. It's madness. Absolute complete madness. But Edward, you actually see the captain engaged with a guard, and you see one of the other guards creeping up behind him, clutching a dagger, as though he's about to go for a kill shot. Do you say anything, Edward?
Oh, fuck. I think it would be a heat of the moment. Edward would just, like, behind you.
The captain spins around, seeing the man creeping. With one swift strike of his blade, takes the man's head off. He looks you directly in the eye for a brief moment and gives you a curt but appreciative nod, and then disappears into the mist, continuing to kill people. Very interesting. Very interesting, Edward. Very interesting.
Edward definitely to himself is just going to mouth. Oh, Kais is gonna give me shit for that.
All right.
Never saw shit.
Harlan, the whip is
All
spoken.
right.
The whip is spoken. What are you gonna do?
So Harlan's gonna move down just because this guy is an absolute moron and doesn't understand that, oh, maybe we have some ranged capability and aren't all corn berserkers. I need to run into melee like idiots. So he's gonna move down a deck just to get away from him. And then let's see. It's no longer in range of that lady. He would have to move on to the ship. He's gonna decide that, you know, that lady, they got enough people over there, so he's gonna attempt to fire some lightning at this gentleman over Mia to try and clear some deck space for anybody else that needs to cross. So we're once again going to be firing some lightning. Let's hopefully it'll do it correctly this time. Ooh, and it does with the critical hits. 24 for 12 with a 21 confirmed for 9 additional bam on the
shooting?
This gentleman right now.
That man, you watch as this lightning arcs, strikes him in the crotch, arcs up his chest, and his head explodes. Just, you hear a couple of guys around him go, "Whoa!" and just one of them starts crying and screaming like, "Oh my god, what the fuck,
Very
man,
good.
game
Very
over,
good, very
man,
good.
game
Did some of
over."
his teeth
Just
embed
freaking
in the
out.
little
Just
hole?
freaking out. Horrible. That was messed up, dude. That was super messed up. I liked it.
Nice.
Super
All
messed up.
right. See, move. Yeah, okay. That'll be my turn.
Get these guys.
Fuck.
That was whack. Messed up. You're a monster. All right. The officer is going to move up to here and is going to go for Peppery. Not Peppery.
Still.
Arietta.
Slippery.
Arietta?
Old Arietta. She's going to stab at her again. Let's see what happens. Ooh, 20 is a hit.
Fuck.
We watch as Arietta is engaged with this other guard. There's a clang. You see her bring the blade up, start to slash, and then quickly moving around, one-handing the pike. The pike takes her right above the heart. She stumbles back, sprawling onto the deck, and looks to be bleeding out.
Caius will yell for Syl to stay down if she looks like she's going to start standing up. Wait for me.
Syl grits her teeth, her fanged teeth. Seems to be listening. Slippery Still is going to delay until after you, Caius, which would be
Way down there.
That's all right.
Way down there.
She'll at least probably live that way.
Yeah, rather standing up
Alright,
eating
so
3
we
AOs.
got- This guy here is going to 5 foot in. Gonna take a slash at Caius.
All right.
Slash at Caius. He's only 4. 8 is a miss. Sailor here engages with Narwhal. Let's have the- Oh my god, these guys are on a roll. Doesn't confirm. 6 plus 2. Trouble. 7 damage to Nate, who just seems to love it. Every hit is reminding him of what it means to be alive. Beautiful. All right, Edward, you're up next. You've just saved the captain from getting backstabbed. You'll
Yep.
never live that down. What are you
No,
doing?
so I'm assuming the captain and other people
He is
are going to
they are
be.
disappeared into the
Okay.
fog. They're gone.
Then
Abstracted.
I would like to get to here and
Abstracted,
attack
correct.
this man
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So
Like
I
it.
need single, and we still have inspired courage.
Yeah.
So
For this round.
I mean, do you want to charge that man? You've got enough space.
Good.
You can get a +2
get
on
a
top
+2 to
of the
attack.
inspired courage.
yeah, I'll charge.
Yeah.
So that's a +2 to attack. You said.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Plus and the +1.
All right.
A
So
+2
then,
total.
oh my god, that's.
You're out of control.
Oh, come
no.
on!
With a
no.
plus 11 to hit.
Oh
Oh,
no! That's so
my
sick.
God.
Oh
Rolled a
no!
1.
Roll to confirm.
30 to confirm
Roll
that,
30 to
though.
confirm. That doesn't confirm. You charge forward, slashing with your cutlass. It looks like it's going to be a kill shot, but a little bit of Ariada's blood has spilled onto the deck, and you slip on it, and you almost lose your footing and have to like stop the attack to not fall over. But you looked really cool doing it. It was good.
God damn it!
All right, this sailor here is going to charge. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
What is
no!
happening?
You guys
Oh.
are cracked.
That is 8 damage. Unfortunately, you watch as the dwarf who's like, "Come at me, you land-lubbing!" and you see him take a sword to the stomach and go, "Oh, yeah, I'll do it," and he's going to fall over. He's going to fall over and begin bleeding out as well.
Oh my god!
All right, this sailor here heard the orders and is actually going to charge over to here, try to stab Harkin. Try to stab Harkin.
Harlan.
That is a 20. Why do I say Harkin all the time? It's Harlan.
Yeah. So before you even roll damage,
Yeah.
when this man goes to swing in an attack, Harlan appears to dissipate into a gust of fog and wind as
Ooh.
he uses a spell called Windy Escape.
That's great. I love it. Fantastic. So he
So the sword
swings,
passes straight through
whiff.
this man.
Just
Yep.
whiff. Nothing.
Yep.
All right. Arietta is going to make a con check.
Hey.
She actually stabilizes. That's fantastic. She's not bleeding out anymore. Good for her. Good for her. She's doing Besmara's work.
Sailor goes, bleh.
All right, the sailor here is going to engage with Edward, and he says, staring you directly in the eyes, Edward, he says, "What made you choose this life? Why piracy? To hell with you! To the 9 hells, you bastard!" Stab you in the face. Try to, at least. There we go. Oh my god.
Fucking god, dude!
Jesus Christ. Oh, this is a short-lived campaign. That's a confirm.
I want to know what these sailors are on, and I want some of it. Make sure we steal it, boys.
That's 12 damage.
Oh, cool. I
He's
have
like,
4.
Ah! Just straight into, and you feel a lung collapse. It does not
Wow.
feel good, sir. It does not feel good.
Okay, cool.
Tom is going to make a quick little not die check. 12 is not good enough. He loses another HP and continues dying. All right, this sailor here going to move over. And as he gets to about here, I need someone else to roll me a d20,
It's
please.
my turn.
That is a 10. All right. Old Griffer Tibbs. Old Griffer
Griffer.
Tibbs. You watch as this guy comes, like, barreling towards Edward. And then you see this one-eyed, red-haired lady with a snake tattoo on her face. You see her take she's got like a boarding pike, similar to what the other captain or the other commanding officer does. You see her flip it around and just whack this guy in the legs, and he tumbles, spilling to the ground. She looks over to you and says, "You owe me one." And she begins to engage in combat with this guy. All right, that is a 6 for initiative, but that's fair. So it's actually now her turn. This guy's prone. She's going to bring her boarding pike up, just try to stab him in the face. Let's go. She gets a +4 to this attack. That's a 28, which is a hit. She's double-handing this puppy, so that's going to be 1d8 +4. That's 9 damage. She stabs this guy like in the shoulder and pins him to the deck. And the guy's just like, ah, ah. And she's like, God, take that, you bloody bastard. Ha ha ha. She's having a good time. She's enjoying this fight. All right. Next up, we have here.
Wakir
Here.
sees the skill of this warrior who just skewered Edward
Yeah, try to kill him.
and
Almost
tried
did.
to kill him. Man, my camera keeps cutting out. I'm sorry about that.
Whatever, dude.
And pulls upon his Basmara holy symbol again, mutters under his breath, and sends out a murderous command.
Ooh.
DC 15 arrow.
Oh.
He's one that failed the Bane, right? But
Oh,
that
he
might
did
not
fail.
count. All right, so the next turn, he has to attack the captain with the pike.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You see his
But-
eyes kind of go cross Edward. You see him look at his blade and then slowly turn and look toward his officer.
Okay.
Caius, you are a
and-
man
oh,
that exists.
and then I
Go
will-
ahead, please.
Just crawl over.
Love it. Caius, you're a Dampier.
All right, Caius is going to bring his sword across and try and cut this man down before moving up on the officer.
Love it.
13 to hit.
13
No armor.
is unfortunately a miss.
Oh,
Unfortunately missed. Just barely.
people are wearing armor.
Just
All right.
barely.
Caius is going to continue moving through, so go ahead and give me an attack of opportunity from both of them.
You know. 13's a miss. This guy's actually focused on murdering his friend, though. He's not going to get an attack of opportunity.
No, the captain.
Well, the captain does.
Or
get
the
an attack of
officer.
Yes. 18.
18's a hit.
All right, here we go. 7 damage. Not terrible.
All
A
right.
lot worse.
And he's going to touch of corruption himself, so he takes effectively 1. Rolling hot in those touch of corruptions.
Here we go.
She
Are we
gotta
at
drop that
turn
pike.
4? Turn 4.
She's pinned now, is what is important.
Turn 4.
It's
Okay, last turn.
Slippery.
Last turn.
She
of the-
she was supposed to wait for
Oh, you're right.
till after Kais.
Slippery.
So.
Slippery is from the ground, gonna try to stab this guy in the like the thighs.
I ate his AOO. She
Yeah.
should stand up.
Oh, she's gonna stand up. Actually, you know what? She's not gonna stand up. She's just gonna go for it. She's
Okay.
feeling real vindictive right now.
sta-
She's
stabbing
got
him
some
in the
crazy
femoral.
minuses, but you never know.
Hey.
Oh, hey, that one's a hit.
Give him the old dick twist.
And he was already hurt
So
bad.
here's what happens. He swings at
Femoral
you
artery.
as he does. You see her flip up to a knee, jab the blade right up into his crotch. He just goes, ah! And she just goes, take that, you fucking asshole! And he is very much bleeding out and dying. That's a real problem for him. It's a real problem. But it's a dead man. All right, turn 4. We are back at the top of the round with Harlan. Harlan, I was right this time.
Yep. So as Harlan recoalesces into a meat bag, he's going to kick off the railing, do a 5-foot step backwards, and without even using his hands, just from his horns alone, the lightning arc coalesces and then fires straight forward at this man who attempted to take a jab at him. And he is going to once again fire some lightning at this guy. 9 versus 10.
Strikes the as you're kicking off. You fire a little high. You want to hero point? Or what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm running out of teammates over here. Yeah. I'm a hero point that. So, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake.
That was rough. That was a rough thing. The lightning.
That's
like,
bad
and it's just zoom.
Well, you know how lightning doesn't fire. Lightning crackles, and it just misses him by it singes his hair, but goes right around him.
She is going to provoke an attack of opportunity, moving over to the stern of the ship, towards the stern of the ship. Oh, Blau's gone. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. So we watch as frozen in place.
My guy.
Frozen.
My murderous command guy.
It's not his turn yet. It goes later.
Yeah, but it would be an attack of opportunity.
Oh, you're right. He would take an attack of opportunity. All right, I'll go ahead and take that.
please, because they've been rolling 20s all night.
The 21's a hit.
Oh, thank God.
What are you doing? You idiot! 7 damage. That's actually pretty good. Damn, she's not looking too good.
Pretty innocent.
Let me read that just to make sure that.
Not looking too good.
I would roll for him, but I don't know what he would have on his stuff.
Yeah, let's see. Has he got dagger? Great. Is he using a greatsword?
Greatsword, yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll his greatsword attack.
Man.
You know what his attack bonus is?
No, I don't know off the top of my head.
I would imagine it's either +2 or +3 at this level.
He's coming back.
I'm back.
Alright,
What do you
you're
use?
getting an attack of opportunity against the commanding officer.
Remember your plus.
Do we
Plus
still have
one,
Inspire
yeah.
Courage?
Yep, last round
Yep.
was
Still
Inspire
have-
Courage.
this is the
It was
last
gone,
round
but
of
it was this
Inspire
one, yeah.
Courage.
Okay, let's make a difference.
Swing and a miss, unfortunately. Gets over in the corner. You see her take the pike. She's gonna try and stab you again.
All right.
Here we go.
What did I get hit by?
She hit you she hit you earlier with the attack of opportunity. So
Yeah,
it's
I
a
healed
7.
myself for 6.
Oh, you did. Why didn't it stick? All right, cool. Oh, well, she hits you again, which is unfortunate. And you take a whopping 11 damage.
Ooh, that ate.
Chunky.
You'll never take the ship, you dirty pirates! And just yelling at you.
It's just
Officer
wrong.
here,
That's just
guy.
rude. Some of us are fairly clean because we can conjure water and clean ourselves. That's just,
This
Like
round
you-
is only an additional 3 guards appear on deck. Things are getting dicey. Things are getting dicey. Who hasn't rolled for an ally to appear? Who hasn't rolled?
I think we've all
all
done
done.
20 at this point, right?
All right, perfect. All right, so here's where you guys have an option. You can choose to roll at this point to give additional allies into the combat. You do risk them getting downed. Your call. You can leave them in the ether, fighting themselves, or they can actively engage with you. What would you like to do?
I think at the moment we should hold off because, I mean, I think if we take out the officer.
Yeah, we're in decent shape. I just need to not roll a 9.
Yeah.
I agree. That 9 was terrible. All right.
And we can always save the
Sailor
roll for bring him in
here
later.
is going to move in here. Sailor here is going to move over and go for old Griffer Tibbs.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's 14's a miss. There we go. We're starting to roll crappy. Edward, you're up next. You're getting dicey.
Yeah, it's getting dicey. I have 4 health.
Run back towards me.
You take one
Yeah.
attack and then fall back.
Yeah.
Well-
Can I get to here and attack this man?
If you move, you do not provoke attack for opportunity because you already took it. So yes, you could move there and you could attack that man next to Ol Griffer Tips.
All right, we're going to attack him then, and it's going to be a single.
Yep.
And I still have courage, so please roll good, please. Please.
Ooh,
Yes.
for 10 damage. Nice blow. Nice blow into that guy. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. The sailor here looks down at old Nate. Looks down at old Nate. Old Tate. Norwal. You see him bring his sword up as though he's about to finish him off. But then he hears his officer screaming, "Men! Men to the stern castle!" He is going to ignore that dwarf and move over this way. Double moving. This one here. Going to move up. Gets to here, just trying to defend. This
Would he
one.
get an attack of opportunity from our guy that we have controlled, or is he not?
No, he's already taken his this turn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Move in. He's gonna go for Edward. Here's where things go terrible. Nine's a miss. That's good.
Thank God.
Arietta is going to make another save. 5. She loses another HP. Not
Oh, did
looking
she
good
get-
for her.
Did she get unstabilized? She rolled a 17 that one time.
Oh no, she did. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's
That's why I
stabilized.
put the 1 on there to show she was stabilized. Forgive me. I messed up. All right. Come on. 8. You can do it. 15. He's at a minus. Just makes it and stabilizes.
Hey.
Let's go. Dwarven Fortitude, baby. Let's get it. All right, this guy here is going to flip around. He sees the Dampier on the ground, kneeling.
Isn't he murderous commanding?
No,
Already
Yeah.
did it.
Ah,
He is going to go for. He's going to go for. Going to go for the Anti-Paladin. 11's a miss. 11 is a miss. This guy here is going to try to stand up, provoking an attack of opportunity from her. 23 is a hit. Holy crap. He goes to try to push back against the spear that she has driven into his shoulder. And he takes an additional. Here we go. That's not right.
1d8 equals 4, huh?
6 damage. And you watch as she goes to stand up. She lets him get up, then brings it up and stabs it directly through his back into his heart. And you can see the life just dissipate from him as he just goes limp on the deck. Another dead man. All right. Oop. Right. Man, now it's Griffer's turn. She is going to 5 foot to here. And you notice that as she's wielding this boarding pike, she's like short staffing it. Like she's like wielding it, even though it's like a reach weapon, seems to know how to use it. Like short staffing it, I guess is what you call it. And so she's gonna bring it around and kind of uses it almost like a pike, where she's gonna try to bring it down and hit this man in the side of the head. Boom! That is a hit again for 6 damage.
Giffer's the MVP here.
She stabs that guy in the deck, rips it out. As she does so, she steps, brings it around, hits this guy in the throat, and as she brings this pike through, she tears out this man's jugular. Blood sprays all over in the deck. The ones around him seem completely terrified of this just brutal pirate woman. And she looks over at Edward and says, 3 for me! You've only counted 2, but she said 3. She's trying to one-up you.
Right.
She's trying to one-up you. All right. Hakir, you're up next.
So Wakir has a dilemma.
Yeah.
He could channel,
Yeah.
which would help
everybody.
her and him, but could kill her.
It won't, because you're not channeling to harm undead.
Okay. What about you?
I'm also because channel you can either use it to hurt or harm or hurt or heal.
Okay.
It doesn't do both like in like channeling did
3?
in in
Okay.
3.5. So it does either healing or harming, not both at the same time.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna stay right where I am,
Okay.
and it's less than a heal spell,
But it's 3 times,
but I can do it for everybody. So
4 times, yeah.
Oh, and I got a 6.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
You hear
Nice.
from where the dwarf had fallen. You hear him go, "I'm back in the fight, you lad-loving bastards!" Yeah. You hear a
Is
couple
that
of guys
everybody
around.
as well?
Yeah.
Like, do I get
Everybody.
some-
Everybody.
Nice.
Everybody
That was
that's
really good. That's really
not a dampier.
really good.
So that's 6 for you,
Yes.
6 for the girl on the ground, 6 for the dwarf. He pulls out as a move action. He pulls out his rapier just to be safe.
There is now
I'll 5
Caius
foot back.
Akinless.
Touch of crushing himself, second to last one for the day, and that one is the first one that's bad.
Leave.
And he's going to 5-foot step up on the officer and take a swing.
There's a special place in hell for the likes of you.
Oh, this is the new
Yes,
turn, right?
there is.
Oh no,
He smiles at him.
Oh.
next turn.
Oh, you slash down on her and you see her drop her boarding pike as the blade buries itself in her shoulder and you just drive it down. She is staggered. She is at 0 HP exactly.
I want to spend a hero point, and he wants to dive on her with his fangs.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so cool!
Can I just do a coup with my fangs?
Yeah!
All right.
Just like
He's tearing her
what
throat out.
just look what the other Dampier was trying to do, what Slippery was trying to do, just fucking go for the jugular.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. You lean in, biting into her neck. She screams, What?
Yes.
And it's just blood. Just gushes, covering your face, dripping down your armor. You are just coated in crimson. And she is very much dead. So they've lost their buff. The officer's down. All
kinda
of the
turns
remaining
around.
officers are now fighting as though they are fatigued because they are shaken. Excuse me, they're shaken, which is terrible for them. Absolutely terrible. All right, we are in turn 5.
Okay,
At the
so
beginning,
Inspire Courage is over.
at the beginning of turn 5, an explosion shakes the entire vessel. You see several other several other merchant guards coming up one of the many stairwells and ladders that comes up from the lower decks. You see this fire explosion rock itself up, scorch 2 of them. The other is badly burned. And then appearing from below decks, you see one of the not often seen, but one of the inner circle, Captain Harrigan. You see him slightly scorched, but he is holding in his left hand what appears to be a human arm that he is wielding like a club. And that guy that was partly scorched, he just bashes in the side of the head, and that man collapses to the ground. You see Harrigan pass by him and give him just this wicked smile, and then the mist rolls back in, covering up that event. But there will be no additional guards showing up this round because a bunch just got killed in an explosion, which is crazy. All right, and next up we have Caius.
I just acted.
I'm sorry, so
Be
sorry.
Syl.
Sorry. Yep, Syl. Syl is going to stand up. She's already standing. She's going to look at Caius and say, "Save some blood for me." And she's going to try to attack this guy next to her with both of her daggers.
Well, with track resource, been pretty successful, unlike me. Hey.
It's a hit. 12 is a miss. That is 1 hit. Let's see. It's 2. 5 damage, not bad. Stabs into him. Boomski. Alright, looking good. Looking good. Okay. Good there. Alright, looks good. The officer is down. This sailor here is now shaken, but he is going to pivot around. Actually, try to go for Griffer, who's been really an MVP of this fight for sure. And let's see here. We're going to go with +3 to hit. 21. Jesus Christ. These guys are they're pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good. Pretty good at what they do. All right, so it's gonna be a hit. She's gonna get stabbed for 5 damage, which she grits her teeth at, but remains standing. Edward, you're up next.
I'm gonna attempt to map this man in front.
I believe I was
Harlan got
skipped.
How
skipped.
did you get
Yeah,
skipped?
yep.
What happened?
I am
He's
not
the first
sure.
one.
Harlan, you go first. I'm so sorry, man.
I think it's because when you were doing Sill's turn, you went to Harlan.
Ah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we do anything weird for diagonals as far as movement goes?
Every other's
every
10,
other
right?
one is 10.
Every other one. Okay.
It should be
It-
set up
it should
that way.
calculate it.
It should calculate automatically. Let me
It
make
should
sure it's set
calculate
to
it.
Pathfinder. It is set to
Yep.
Pathfinder. Yep.
Okay. I am going to move, or Harlan rather is going to move. Can I move? Yeah. And then I am going to get behind my dear stabby friend here, and he's going to place one hand on his back. He's going to feel a nice, like a jolt of energy, but not an unpleasant one. It's just very warming, and I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on my comrade here.
Ooh, man.
Why does it do
You
this?
didn't put brackets in. Gotta put
Well,
brackets.
I'm just using the
Oh,
built-in
they don't
spell
roll.
sheet.
They don't roll by
They
default.
don't roll by default.
Yeah,
You have to
so
put it
You have
in.
to edit the
You
macros.
gotta
Yeah.
bracket that macro.
okay. He heals for 6 points of
That's not
damage,
That's not terrible.
and that will be my turn.
All right, so that sailor's already gone. Edward, now it is your turn. You feel this.
All right.
You feel your wounds sealing up. You've got these cool, wicked scars you can talk about.
All right.
The
The man in
ladies.
front of me, I'm going to
Slice and dice.
slice and dice.
18's a hit for 5. 5 is a miss, unfortunately. That is 5 damage to that man. Very good. Sailor here is going to move up and say, You killed our officer! You killed her! You bastard!
Yes.
12 is a miss.
Smiles with his bloody mouth.
Bloody mouth. This guy here, you actually see a couple of the other pirates surrounding him, and he's actually going to throw his blade down and surrender. They take him take him as a prisoner. He is out. That man is out. All right, this guy here is going to continue fighting. Going to try and stab old Edwardkins. 11's a miss.
Nope.
Arietta is going to do the smart thing and not stand up because she might get stabbed and she's barely alive.
All right. Just testing my macro.
All right. But this guy is going to get up. And, you know what? You know what he's not going to stand up? He's going to grab his Dwarven War Axe, and because he has throw anything, he's going to chuck it at this man that's fighting Edward.
Yes.
That's what he's going to be like, You! March for death! Probably going to miss. He has a really bad ranged attack roll.
I really hope he throws it off the edge of the deck.
That's a 5. It goes flying and just barely misses Edward as it buries itself into the wood of this small escape craft. This guy here is going to 5 foot up and is actually going to go for Slippery in this moment, actually, because she's real slippery. 13's a miss. Griffer is going to risk the attack of opportunity to get around to flank. This man will swing with his blade. 13's a miss. She's going to try to stab him in the butt. 19's a hit. Griffer is going to deal a whopping
And that was a flank.
11 damage to this man. He's not dead, but he ain't looking good. Your crew is dying. You wish to die along with them, continue to fight. Otherwise, surrender. Ship is ours, he says to him. Turn 6. Turn 6. Nothing crazy happens.
Hold on. Got me.
That's what it's doing. It's because it's doing the turn counters
Oh,
going up. That's what
okay.
it
You're
is.
you're changing the turn. I see.
All right, that's the problem. That's what the problem is. All right,
All right,
Huck
there we
here, your turn.
Oh, Walk here is just trying to decide what to do.
You could add a token and change its name for the turn
So
counter.
That is a really good
Uh-huh.
idea that I did not consider, and you're absolutely correct. I think I'm going to start doing that.
I don't know if
That gives it an icon too.
like that.
His Norwegian changed to Irish. I don't know why that happened.
Light.
I can see our vampiric friend in trouble. Everybody here looks like everybody has everything under control. So I'm going to sacrifice my Cure Light Wounds spell to cast on this one right here. Command.
What are you commanding him to do?
To drop to the floor.
He drops to the floor. Shake it. -2 to all checks. Yay, they're totally fine.
I'm just gonna put it out there. That man is getting his throat bit now.
Oh, it's happening.
And yeah, that'll be it. My last spell.
Love it. All right, do this.
Well, I have a domain spell, but it's not going to work for us.
That's a really good idea. And then I could just change the name of the token every round that goes by. It's so easy. You're a genius. All right, Caius, you're up next.
Don't inflate his ego too much.
Doing
We're
got
gonna get the end of it.
He's going for the one on.
Jesus.
He's going for the one on the ground. Nope. Unless his AC is -4, whatever, it's still probably not going to hit.
Not a hit.
Yep.
Well, at least when he stands up,
Slippery. He's gonna go for it though.
Well, she can. Yeah, she just crawl right on top of him.
Oh, that's a hit.
Oh.
That's a hit.
Oh.
She literally
Oh.
She dives down like some sort of vicious animal, and you just see this, and then she just chomps into his neck, and just blood everywhere, just coating in crimson. It's real gross. All right, turn count is 6. That is correct. Harlot, your turn, my man.
Okie dokie. Let's see. What does Harlan want to do? What does Harlan want to do? Still got some zippity zappities.
You're looking good.
Things are looking pretty all right. Let's see. I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I mean, I kind of started supporting Edward by moving behind him. I think which of these two guys has he hit already? Is it just the bottom guy or the top guy?
The bottom guy's the one that I hit.
Bottom guy's the one that you hit. Okay.
And
just to kind
Griffer's also hit this man, I believe.
That man is very wounded.
That man is very wounded. Okay, if I can tell that man is very wounded, then I'm most definitely going to, dodging behind Edward, wait for the right moment, and then just like point and fire some lightning at that top man.
So nimble. I love how nimble you are.
Yeah, he's not bad. So we will fire some
Your
lightning.
nickname is
11
Old
versus
Nimbly.
touch.
Nimbly
11
nimbly.
versus touch.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that hits. 11 versus touch.
11? Unfortunately, does not.
Miss touch. Okay, misses. Yeah,
You don't have
that'll be
precise
it.
shot, do you?
No, I don't.
All right, the sailor here is gonna make a will save. He fails, drops his sword, and just throws his hands into the air. Just, I surrender. He is out of the fight. You see Griffer consider just, like, killing him, but then she stops. Something like, that would be cool to kill an unarmed. There's no honor in that.
Was this guy up here by the vampires dead?
Oh, he's a very...
Yeah, he's dead.
Prone.
Okay.
He's
Is
got...
he the guy you?
He's
Yeah,
got no jugular.
Yes,
He's
he's
being
ripped
currently
out,
being
right.
ensanguinated. That's the term. That's a
Desanguinated.
hard word.
Exsanguinated.
Unsanguinated.
Unsanguinated.
Unblooded.
Exsanguinated. Minated.
Oh,
Reverse
de-blooding.
sanguinated.
Unfire extinguish it.
Vampires would be a lot less scary if they came up and be like, I'm gonna de-blood you. And you're like, what the fuck does that even
What?
mean?
You just be like, no, fuck off. That's gross. That sounds
Weird.
that's
Outta here.
What are we? Are you
Weird
some weird 4chan neckbeard? Fuck off.
That's
Get out of
like
here.
this.
icky. What you just said was icky.
Weird.
Get away from
I
me.
don't like that at all.
Cringe. That's fucking cringe. Get out of here. No one
Cringe
wants to hear that.
person. Your skin's all pasty. Like, get some sun. Touch
Oh.
grass.
touch grass.
You're icky. Get away from me. Don't touch me.
Oh, I can't breathe. That's really funny.
Is this man that's in front of me, is he still raring to go, or is he?
He looks committed.
Oh, he's committed. All right. All right. Well, let's see how far that gets you.
I mean, Edward should feel backed up with both Yokir
Yeah.
and Harlan behind him.
Too
Yeah,
bad that's
I
not a
commit-
confirmed crit, but that's still 6 damage. As you slash into him, your blades just steel flashing before him. You like do like a big E, you cut a big E into his shirt, and he's just like, yeah, I give up. He just doesn't want to fight anymore. He throws his sword down and surrenders. Just throws it down and surrenders.
I'd like to just block and then just in the nose,
In the
drop
nose.
him to the ground.
Yep.
I
and he
don't get
goes,
paid enough for this shit.
I give up. I give up. I give up. All right. Finally, last and certainly not least, there's one sailor left. He looks over at his friend currently being consumed. He looks at the other man, covered in blood,
Jumps
and he
over
doesn't
the
even
side.
roll. He just says, "Please don't eat me.
I would
please.
say he jumps over the side.
Don't eat me.
Takes his chance with the shark.
I did not get signed up for being a
Please
vampire
don't
snack.
eat me." Now, my question to you, Caius, do you make any sort of menacing look at him?
No.
Because what happens is that the Dampier next to him looks up at him and says, "No promises." And he goes, "Ah!" And he jumps into the water. Just dives face first into the water, where you see, you guessed
Sharks.
it, Chomp. Oh god! Ah! And he just gets torn apart by sharks. It's
You get stuck on the way out too.
Absolutely horrible.
Well, at least you beat me to it because I was gonna cast Call Animal and have him be chomped by sharks. So you really just saved me the spell slot.
There are several more rounds of combat. After which point, the mist begins to clear. The deck of the man's promise is covered in blood, weapons, body parts. It is a somewhat horrific sight to see. If we were playing Call of Cthulhu, I'd have you all make sanity checks, but we're playing Pathfinder. We zoom out a little bit, we see the captain. We see Captain Branibus Harrigan surrounded by his innermost trusted crewmates, the commanding man bridge, the bridge crew, I suppose you could call it if we were playing Star Trek Adventures, which we're not. We're playing Pathfinder. But we see him with just this big, almost Cheshire-like smile upon his face. He's shaking hands, nodding, just looking at all of his captured potential slaves, maybe additional crew. You see some of the Wormwood's crew, some of you, even your friends, making their way up from the lower decks with just chests of gold and precious materials and spices, and it looks like you've captured yourselves a fat prize. The captain makes a loud kind of barking noise. Hi! Crew! Gather round! And he addresses all of you. All right, you scurvy tars. You've done right. Good job by me. And we've got a second ship now. She's quite the prize from the looks of her. But I still only have one crew. So here's the plan. The Wormwood will sail on to our planned destination with our new shipmates here. Well, Mr. Plug will pick a skeleton crew and sail the man's promise to Port Peril, where she'll be worth a pretty penny as salvage. As for these fine fellows here, Harrigan gestures to the remainder of the captured ship's crew, some of them will no doubt be worth a hefty ransom from their families back in Azir. And for the rest of them, it's a life of the pirates. Not for them, they can spend the rest of their lives in the sea. At this point, the crew begins to go through the supplies of the Wormwood and starts to organize things. And there's a lot of chatter about who's going to stay on the Wormwood and who's going to go on the man's promise back to Port Peril to sell this vessel. Sell this vessel is the plan. So I'd like to just give you guys a few moments to talk with yourselves, some of the crew that you engaged in combat with during this fight. I want to just kind of leave the scene to all of you for a few moments.
Caius will nod to Syl and say, "Thanks for my backup there."
She licks a little bit of blood. It's still kind of like on her lower lip. She says, "Was it not for you, I'd already be in the afterlife. Thanks is mine."
I look at the how bloody Zeb is and how bloody Caius and all the others are, and I look at me. And I go, didn't kill us. I didn't kill a soul, but I helped you guys. I think that earns me a spot on this ship.
No arguments here.
Fuck's sake, if anybody owned a spot on here, it's Griffa. Jesus, lass.
Ah! She you see her, she takes her her boarding pike and just kind of like clicks it, like clacks it on the deck, like dish, 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 dish. This is what I live for, Edward. This is what I live for. And you see her eye the guy that she had like stabbed and he had surrendered, and he's like clutching his wound. You see her just eye him and he goes, "Ooh," like looks away from her in this moment. He says, "You didn't fight so poorly yourself. I considered you a wannabe, if I'm being completely honest, but you proved yourself as well." Gives you a little wink from her one eye under the eye patch.
Well, if they let us go ashore, first drink's on me.
Second's on me, and the third and fourth are on Hakir. And she gives you a smile, Hakir. Here, excuse
I smile back. Yeah.
Very good. Very, very good. So we come to a moment. We come to a moment where there is some discussion. You see the captain talking with Master Plug, Mr. Scourge. Then Arietta comes up, and she actually gets very close to Akir, and she says, "It was you, wasn't it, that healed us during that fight?"
I miss is the way of Bismara not to let her brave us down when they're at most need.
She kind of cocks her head to the side of that statement. That statement seems to have not troubled her, Akir, but there is this kind of pensiveness in her expression. "You consider me her bravest?"
You threw yourself into the fray. You took on the captain straight away. You knew that she was better than you, but you had no fear.
Is it brave to wish for death?
I think it's foolish to wish for death.
And you consider me foolish then, Akir?
But I don't consider you a foolish lass. I consider you just one of Besmara's troubled souls.
So I'm not only foolish, but I'm also troubled.
Yeah, I'm just digging a deeper hole every time I open my mouth.
Regardless, thank you.
And I couldn't let the dwarf down.
Did you see it? Did you see when I took my axe and I chucked it in that man's chest? He flew like 10 at least 15 paces. It was incredible.
Yeah, Bismara blessed you. Bismara blessed you.
We saw when you almost fucking killed me.
But I didn't kill you though. You're too nimble. Oh, nimbly bimbly. Look at this one, chucking lightning like he's Bismara himself.
Yes, Gozran is very pleased when nature's
dwarf.
fury is used correctly.
Herself, her. Use the correct pronouns.
Pronouns, schmonouns. Means nothing. This goes on. All right. So there is some talk about who's going to be staying on the man's promise. Who's going to be going on the Wormwood? Well, the good news is that fancy schmancy elf staying on the Wormwood, and all of the most loyal to the captain will be staying with him as well. Your crew aboard the Man's Promise will comprise of all of your allies, and then a small contingent that Master Plug and Mr. Scourge, a small contingent of the Romani sailors that he spared, whose lives he spared and offered them a chance to become pirates under not his command of Captain Renibus Harrigan. There's a lot of moving of supplies back and forth between the two ships. And, there's some slight repairs that are being done to the Man's Promise. So you're going to be here for maybe a day or two with these two ships tied together, lashed together. Are there any conversations, any interactions with anyone that you guys would like to have prior to us skipping forward a little bit and beginning the journey of not the Wormwood, Man's Promise?
I would like to get Caius's ear for just a second.
All right.
Just kind of like as we're bringing boxes down and setting them down, just kind of slowly lean back to where he can hear, make sure nobody else is listening. And so headed off for home. Plans. Brewing
as we
around in
can.
that fucking head of yours yet?
I want to see what loyalists they brought before we make any action. With who the men Plug selected are.
Tell you what, Plug's been a right bastard, but I think you and Harlan got first dibs on him. I'll keep my ear down. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Any stirrings. I'm gonna try to touch base with everyone else.
Appreciated.
It's a little, right? It's kind of
Kind of takes his red sleeve
It's
to
not
it.
a little Edward.
yeah. He's just kind of you got it. Yeah. He just walks away.
What?
He shakes his head. I'll talk to Wakir about some water.
I mean, Harlan can give you some water, too.
Gross thing that happened. Very gross.
He'll go in search of water.
Go in search of water.
There's no water anywhere on the sea. None.
That's awful.
Zero.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, it's great that Harlan Yohokir can just literally make it manifest out of nowhere. It's crazy how that works.
I would also like to request from Rosie a nice victory song.
The opening song that we play during every session. Once was a ship they put to sea, and the name of the ship was the Man's Promise. I don't know. It's not a very good rendition of it, and everyone's kind of like, that doesn't really the cadence.
It takes some time.
He's like, don't worry about it. Everybody's
Work on
saying it, and everyone gets into it. It's good. There's a lot of good singing. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
The next day, the first day, I'm going to start healing myself because I am the only healing resource that I have. One.
Yeah. Can't really help you out with that. Harlan at some point wants to grab our little group together of the four of us, more or less, and wants to have a little powwow of, okay, like what our timeline is looking like, because the ship that we're now on is way more, it has a faster, a better designed bow, and obviously, a boat tail stern. So it's going to make really good time compared to the floating brick that was the ship we were on, the Wormwood. So our timeline is sufficiently compressed because the ship's going to make, some pretty good knottage as far as water speed goes.
How many days until Port Barrow?
So it took you guys roughly a month to get here. This ship's actually slower. Actually
Really?
slower. Yeah, because it's
Interesting.
it's laden
Bigger.
with supplies.
And it's
Okay.
And it's weighed down. So it's probably going to take you at least a month, probably a month and a half to get back to Port Peril.
No, this crew is going to be putty in our hands by the time we get back.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. See what we did in 3 days? Give us a month. You guys are fucked.
No, we
It
had
took
a
you
month
like
there.
a month. It was a month. It took you a month to get it. Come on.
We also got Plug and his little cronies, whoever he chose to come with.
You have
we
plug
can
in some
discard it.
cronies.
We can get rid of them.
We've got our guys.
Mm-hmm.
We then also have the sailors that we captured.
Yeah. Which
All
should
of
be
the
fairly
sailors
easy.
that were captured, I will say this, are fiercely loyal, Mr. Plug, Master Scourge, because they spared their lives.
Mm.
It's almost this kind of like, what's the term when you fall in love with your captor?
Stockholm
It's
syndrome.
like a Stockholm syndrome kind of thing. Yeah.
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 So that'd be interesting to overcome.
Well, we do have Slippery. We could just send her down there, just slit all their throats. No questions asked. From
Like
her,
it
I
seems
almost
you can see her
guarantee.
ears kind of like perk a little bit. She says, "Someone say something about throats."
Someone say murder.
Edward just kind of just calm down.
Down go. Down go.
But I feel like we could get those guys taken care of very quickly with the amount of friends we have. I'm more worried
Yeah.
about Plug and his actual fucking goons.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me get the man's promise onto your battle map. I'm just getting it on.
I every time I try to like zoom out of the battle map, I'm just moving everybody's health bars and stuff on mine.
You have to refresh roll.
Yeah, everything's being moved around. So.
Broken.
Okay.
Roll 20. That's his tradition. All right, so let's get who's going to be on this ship. Right. A couple days go by. So is that the only meeting you guys wanted to have? Did you want to have some additional meetings?
I'm sure we'll have.
Caius
another-
wants to keep a specific lookout for where Plug and Scourge sleep, and what the watch schedule is like.
Yeah.
Once at any point the watch doesn't have any guards at their door, we can take note of those days and make a plan.
No, I would also like to bring up that because we at some last session or more or less we did earn the trust of the quartermaster and became trusted crew members.
Hey, guess who's coming along on the ship? Old Cutthroat. Guess who else is coming? Old Drunken Fish Guts.
Damn it.
Hell yes.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but we're gonna
Old
find
Drunky, guess who else is coming? Old weird caveman guy.
Hey,
Albert, nice.
He's also not in a cage anymore. He's really excited
That's
about
nice.
that.
Fuck, man, he doesn't need to be in a cage.
He's been
right?
decaged, which is good.
Indeed, we're on a fucking boat. He doesn't need a cage. We're already on a cage.
Guess who has a shadow now?
Oh.
Guess who has a leech?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, he's got a leech. It's not good.
It's like you're gonna have to kill a kid. You're gonna have to kill a kid.
Hey! No child killing in my games. Calm down. Right.
Look, no. To be
Then
fair,
don't
to be
make him an
fair,
obstacle.
look, hey, Wolf. To be fair, I won't kill him. The sea will.
Don't make him an obstacle. You're a monster. You're a monster.
Oh, I'm playing a vampire devil worshipping anti-paladin. Ooh.
That's getting added to the
You're-
list of the worst things.
Look,
Bowser
hey.
said.
To be fair,
Don't make
I'm
him an
half.
obstacle.
I'm half fiend by heritage. If you don't let me kill the kid, that's racist.
Oh, adding
hate
that to the list.
Really hate it.
Make them an obstacle.
You guys are real
Oh my
fucking weirdos.
God.
That's horrible.
Oh yeah. I mean, would you have us any other way?
You might be.
Yes.
I think
Yes, he
you
would.
guys are all going to hell. I mean, Caius wants to go to hell, but the rest of you, I mean,
Look, that's where all the cool people are anyway, right?
Wow.
So it's fine.
that is
Yeah. When the officer said there's a special place help for you, it's like, yes, that's the goal. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's like I'm literally half fiend, and like with Caius and I probably confer in Infernal all the time. It's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
Well, hell's got all the good bands anyway.
Right?
Kumbaya, my lord.
Look, the music for that soundtrack is gonna be dope. I'm just saying.
Kumbaya.
Good. You guys are. That was a good fight, by the way. That was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. It was
Tactical.
very
When-
tactical.
I mean-
Everyone played really smart. I thought it was good.
Didn't
They-
have to kill a soul.
Yeah, they got some really good rolls that they did a surprising amount of
God, yes.
damage.
They
They had a lot of crits.
they did really well in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then just shit the bed.
Fell off, yeah.
Which thematically
Yeah,
made
dude.
sense too. Like they did have like a -3 most of them because they were baned and they were shaken, so they were rolling instead of like a +5, they rolled like a +2. It was rough for
Yeah.
them. It was.
I mean,
rough.
it does work though, because like the fight at the beginning, there's a lot of dudes, and as the fight slowly, as it
Mhm.
started not going their way, it kind of made
Yes.
more sense.
Lost
That
heart,
they,
yeah.
Dice
yeah,
had,
they
Dice had like a story to tell.
demoralized
The
and
story like made sense for the adventure. That was good, man. That was really good.
dice
Alright,
give it
so
dice take
on
it.
your map, everyone should see the man's promise. And what I'm going to do for the kids at home, go ahead and move you guys back over here. So I'm just going to give you a quick little glimpse of all of the decks. We have our upper deck, which is up here. Right. We have the captain's quarter area, where everyone can hang out, I guess. That's where that's Mr. Plug and Master Scourge are going to be hanging out quite a bit. That area. We also have our crew quarters, and then we have the bilge, and then we have basically our storage deck just above the bilge. Bilge being the lowest most one. But take a moment to familiarize yourselves with the ship. This is where you'll be spending the next month or so as you make your way south back towards Port Peril to assumably sell man's promise for a fat prize to wait captain's return.
The second deck at the bow
Yeah.
with the colorful hammocks, is that like officers' quarters? What's that
Officers'
one?
quarters, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, he's got an officer's quarter. That schmarmy blue-headed elf.
What?
He's gotten a liking. He's taken him and Mr. Plug have seemed to be very friendly with one another. Yeah.
Mm.
I see.
Yeah.
Fucking old silk feet.
Wow.
Old silk feet.
Yep.
Poor
Yep.
Aaron.
Yep.
Poor Aaron.
Who is navigating the ship? Like who is?
So the man that's navigating is actually a man by the name of Fitz Chumlet. Who we haven't really seen too much of. He's actually one of Harrigan's close crew, from his original ship, but he agreed to come along. He's a master navigator, apparently. He's a master navigator, so he'll be not captaining, but he'll be navigating the vessel as we move forward. Yeah.
So,
Please.
I was gonna say, just out of curiosity, I mean, Harlan can cast no direction at will. So I just, occasionally be like, yep, north, still that way. Cool, good man. Always knows what direction north is. Harlan does. He's that weirdo.
The first couple of days of journey back towards Port Peril are more of the same. You're given orders of what to do. You have your ship tasks. Everyone goes about their business. The merchant guards, who have now been turned pirates, seem a little unsure of themselves to begin, but very quickly fall into a routine. First day, second day, you all start to discuss. You're watching the movements. You're watching the comings and goings of Mr. Plug, Master Scourge, and his closest accomplices.
Can we do one other thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is doctoring for these injured merchant guards?
So that's a great question. There is a cleric by the name of Sandra Quinn, whom was your first ally, who is tending to the wounded because she has been promoted to ship surgeon right now, and her assistant is a man by the name of Hawkir, who's a close acquaintance of yours, not a friend, acquaintance.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you may have heard of him.
Here, can you talk to Sandra about maybe doing a bad job? It seems like we're going to need to fight these men.
I could try to win him over if you want.
They seem pretty taken, but if you want to try to win them over, I think we could do that as well.
It's up to
Dog
I
with no teeth could still be loyal.
I agree, but no dog at all would be better in my books. Easier to count on.
It's up to y'all. I mean, I've got a point in diplomacy, so that gives me a +7, but that's about it.
Maybe
And I
try
can-
and figure out which ones are loyal and
Yeah.
do
We've got
what you
pretty
can
good
with
sense of-
Sandra for
yeah.
them,
and heal, you know.
and then not do
so-
what you can or do what you can't for the ones that aren't loyal.
Yeah. That'll be our way in. So because I've got a point in heal, and I've got 2
And
points.
you
in
want to
sense
try to
motive,
convince
so
Sandra not to do a
I
good
don't know.
job?
Just
I
no.
that's why I went to Hawk here. I feel like if he's assistanting,
If I'm assisting, that's a fun word to say.
Assisting?
assisting.
That's a fun word to say. I
no,
don't
assistanting.
If I'm
Ass-
assisting,
A second.
I
You're fucking me
can-
up.
know. You guys are silly.
I can figure out who's malleable.
Yeah,
and who's
not only that, but you can like replace poultices and stuff for the ones that we don't want.
So what I'll
Yeah,
say,
or the
look here, if you want to do that, then I will let you roll a D20, and that many will have half HP going into any presumed fight that takes place.
No,
Something.
no,
Sandra's,
that helps. That's
Sandra's got a watchful eye. She's got a watchful eye. She takes healing people very seriously. Besmara's own, as it were. She likes to say,
Mhm.
Besmara's chosen. As echoing your own words.
I roll too well on my heal check.
he's just too good at it. He can't not heal.
Oh man, I want to hurt you, but I don't know how. These hands were made for healing. I don't know how to murder.
Either way, 2 people down
The
half
first
health
couple of
is-
days, again, go by without any real major occurrences. On day 3, some rumors begin to make their way through the ship that the man's promise is not actually making its way back towards Port Peril. The direction, the way that the sun is rising and setting every day does not match a course that would put you back towards Port Peril. In fact, it is actually here during one of the evenings when you are working with fish guts to prepare a meal for the crew that he mentions to you that he might know where the ship is heading. He says his words slurring, he's half drunk, not fully drunk this evening. You actually caught him before he finished off the cooking sherry. He only got half the bottle. But he thinks that the man's promise might be heading to a seedy, isolated dry dock on the slithering coast west of an area known as Blood Cove Cave called Rickety Squibs. For a price, he says, Rickety Hake completely refits a ship into Squibs, providing new identities by changing the ship's lines, silhouette, and general appearance to be unrecognizable to their former owners and anyone else familiar with them. What he is implying is that Mr. Scourge and Master Plug have no intent of staying loyal to Captain Harrigan and plan to take the ship as their own, become their own captains, as it were. Done. Done. What do you guys do with that
terrifying.
information?
I will definitely, first of all, sense motive it.
He is very drunk and not a good liar. I mean,
Okay.
tipsy. He's tipsy. He's not drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm cooking. You see? He has a pan. It's upside down. The eggs are still cooking, but they might slide out. You're not sure.
So I'll bring that to the group, and
That's
suggest we could take advantage of this.
Try to turn the
them-
others.
You know, try to take the turn, and then once it's done, we grab the ship. We can take care of that little blue-haired elf easy.
It's true. We still have Plug and Scourge to deal with, though.
I think we can take them.
And a mess of brand new fucks who are loyal to him.
Well, until they show their true selves, and you know they will.
This is fair.
Yes, right now they're just doing everything they need to do to save their own pathetic asses. If something else
realize-
becomes a new boss, I'm sure they'll turn coat to them just as easily.
Yeah, it just depends on, can we get these
So
two to show their true colors?
Mhm.
Who's serving Plug and Scourge in the evening?
Coop.
Is that the
like
cook?
serving, like giving them their food?
Yes. Is that the
It's-
cook directly,
it's
or is that
usually
whoever's assisting?
either the cook giving it to the kid, or the cook bringing it to them directly?
Who's the cook best, Harlan or Wakir?
They're both pretty close with him, I think.
Yeah, we're both.
I
pretty
mean,
close
we've
to them.
both spent about the same amount of time, yeah.
Figure out what's going on in there, how many people are in there, what the setup is.
Probably
Because I think we
should
need
pretty
to make the
soon.
move on their room, not on the deck if we can help it.
right.
I
Like,
mean,
do we
what
do it now, or are we going to try to wait and let a little bit of false security?
I think a little bit more time should pass.
I think a little bit of full security, and then maybe pick it, like be ready to go, pick a time and date though when the cook is real fucked up, and then maybe slip something into the
Mhm.
food perhaps to give us that, that slight fighting edge, and then strike when,
The next day.
someone's, not feeling the best, or maybe on the shitter or something. Like that might be your best move, maybe.
I think that's a good plan. It worked once, didn't it?
Slippery says we could always just sneak into their rooms and rip their throats out. Looking directly at Caius.
Let's make that plan B. I like that.
That's a good plan.
Uh,
Just
that-
hopefully
that-
they're also shooting their goats out at the same time.
Okay, what's
at this-
the
Any advantage we
I
can
don't like
take.
my food to be sick. Disgusting.
real food? It would be their food. They get special food because they're assholes.
There's plenty of other bodies on the ship.
Yeah,
You're
I
telling
will.
me.
I will say this. At this point, I'm ready to see those bastards fucking swing.
Well,
So
can we start putting together a poison of some sort in the with the cook, or at just letting some food store improperly on purpose, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might take a couple days to get it done, but I think so.
All right.
Day 4. So we have day 1, day 2. You'll be discussing this. You're going about your tasks.
Mhm.
Master Plug and Mr. Scourge are significantly more harsh. Anyone that messes up or does something wrong doesn't get a whip. They actually get a full cat of nine tails, which does real mean
Mhm.
damage to you. It's pretty strict. They're very much task drivers, driving you forward. On day 4, a freak squall whips up. I'm talking just, it seems to rise up out of nowhere. Everyone aboard the vessel is all hands on deck. The storm is wicked and wild. The ship is being tossed left and right. Everyone is working non-stop just to keep the ship sailing forward. No one falls overboard, thank the heavens, but the storm goes on for hours.
Oh, we can't fix that?
Hours and hours. Finally, beginning of day 5, just as the storm starts to abate, there was a sound that no sailor, no pirate, no man or woman of the sea wants to hear. Groaning, creaking, cracking of wood as the ship comes to a jerking halt and runs aground. We watch, and we can hear screams from below. Water begins to pour in. Man's promise has hit a coral reef surrounding an island known as Bone Rack Isle. As the sun rises and the tides go out, the members of the crew slowly come to terms with their predicament. Man's promise is holed in the main hold, on the starboard side near the ship's water barrel. Either a professional sailor or engineer is enough to surmise, so you don't even have to make it, you guys know this, that although the ship is not in immediate danger of sinking, she will eventually sink unless repairs are made. even if the bilge pumps operate 24 hours a day. Mr. Plug immediately instructs several of the crew to begin dismantling the ship's deck, repair the vessel. Every morning, Mr. Plug calls roll call. You're there for a day, 2 days. On the second day, it comes to everyone's attention. Several of the crew have gone missing at some point during the evening. I need all of you to roll me a d20, please.
Oh, no.
11, 17, 11, 4, and 8. Let's see who goes. Tam has gone missing at some point in the
No.
evening. We're not sure where, we're not sure what. Tam is currently missing. 2, 6, 7, 8. Barefoot Sam's is also missing, fortunately. That's not
You know
good.
what might be worthwhile doing for this campaign in particular is making a deck or a rollable table that just has crew on it.
I could do that. I could do that. I like that. Alright, we got number 4. Owlbear has actually gone missing.
He just
Unfortunately.
wandered off.
Probably.
Got lost. He went for a swim.
And last and certainly not least, Sandra Quinn has also gone missing at some point. The only
Get to
clue-
doctoring. Get to doctoring.
The only clue to where these crew may have gone is a slimy blue tentacle. If you have Profession Sailor or Knowledge Nature, you can roll to see if you can identify
Oh,
what
I
this
can do
is.
that.
Yeah.
Professional sailor. Here we go.
Let's see, what's my profession?
Friends, you
Make sure.
recognize this as the Scourge of the Sea, the Goblin of the Sea, Grindylows. They are tiny little like tentacled goblin creatures. They look like a goblin on top and an octopus on the bottom. They are horrible. It
Ew.
appears that some of your crew in the night have been captured by Grindylows and taken to the shore.
We're gonna have to go get them.
Master Plug and Mr. Scourge call all hands on deck, and they assign, you guessed it, the 4 of you to go
18.
ashore, find the missing crew, and while they're gone, the rest of the crew will work diligently to repair the ship. That, my friends, where we're going to end today's session. I thought you guys all did an absolutely fantastic job. A great fight. And next week, we'll dive into what some say is the most difficult and horrible part of this campaign, Bone Rack Isle. Bone Rack Isle. It is a horrible place. Make sure your fortitude saves are strong. I'm going to foreshadow that. Make sure your fortitude saves are strong. You want to have good fortitude saves. I don't know why, but you want to have them. That's what I'll say. But as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns from the players before we wrap up today's session?
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
Thank you for running.
My pleasure. As I always say at the end of every session, guys, thank you so much for playing. Without you, this is literally impossible, and I really appreciate it. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. It's always fun to have folks watch. If you're catching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It does help with the algorithm to get more of my content out there. I'm trying to grow the channel, so I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to bring some joy and entertainment to the masses. But with that being said, happy gaming. We'll catch you all next Monday. Similar game time, same game place, for Session 5, The Adventures of Bone Rack, or as I like to call it, Death Isle. Good night, and we'll see you later.